Refereeing has been a way of life for Christina Unkel since she was 10 years old. She became a certified U.S. soccer referee in Cape Coral in the fall of 1998 through the encouragement of her then soccer coach, Bob Harris. Her coach, Bob, was a referee and also a referee assessor. One day he pulled young Christina aside and told her to stop yelling at the referees because she didn't know the laws of the game. Since then, a lot has changed. Young Christina explained she was yelling because the referees on her games did not try, and it felt like they were just getting through all the motions in an under 10 game on a girls' game, and their performance simply wasn't fair. Bob told her if she wanted to continue to communicate, she had to take the referee class, and if she didn't, then she could not communicate. So later on, she took the class, and the rest has become an incredible history of her life. One small decision at age 10 set her life on a course most of us can only dream about. In 2006, Christina became a grade 7 referee and attended the FYSA State Cup, which was held in Palm Bay. At the tournament, she was selected to attend the USYS Southern Region in North Carolina with the Florida delegation. This was her first Southern Regional tournament, and based upon her exceptional performances, at age 19, Christina was selected as an assistant referee to attend the 2006 USYS Youth National Championship Finals in Des Moines, Iowa. In 2007, she attended the Developmental Academy Inauguration Finals in Los Angeles, California. In 2008 and 2010, she returned to Southern Regionals, skipping 2009 as she was busy. At age 21, grade 5, mind you, she was busy in the 2009 Women's Professional Soccer, which later became the current NWSL. Christina spent a total of 8 years refereeing in First Division Women's Professional Soccer. In 2011, when she was promoted to national referee, she received game assignments that included the U.S. Adult Amateur Final, known as the Harry Steinbrecher Cup, and her first full international USA-Canada game on ESPN Primetime in Portland, Oregon. Christina was still just 23. At age 25, the youngest possible age, Christina received her FIFA badge in 2013, and she was on the U.S. FIFA panel until 2019 for a total of 8 years. Her international assignments include CONCACAF Under-17 Championships, CONCACAF Under-20 Championships, FIFA Youth Summer Olympic Gold Medal Game, CONCACAF Central American and Central Caribbean Gold Medal matches, multiple Central American and Caribbean tournaments, and a total of more than 20 international friendlies. Christina received certification at the inception of the VAR in the MLS and has been in the booth for 5 years. That possibly became the stepping stone for her recently new part-time job as a Laws of the Game analyst for Fox Sports, which began in 2018. Her bid reward was in 2019. While still on the FIFA panel at age 32, she was hired by Fox Sports for the 2019 Women's World Cup as a Laws of the Game analyst, and then became a studio analyst for the CONCACAF Gold Cup Tonight franchise later that summer. Christina covered 52 matches in 30 days. Since 2019, Christina has also been Laws of the Game analyst for CBS Sports Studio, covering 2019-2020 UEFA Champions League, Europa League, UEFA Women's Champions League, and 2020-2021 UEFA Champions League and Europa League. A lot has been written about Christina's past, but I am sure more will be written in the future regarding our relatively young FLSRC Hall of Fame inductee. She is an accomplished trial lawyer, a company CEO, a FIFA laws of the game expert, a nurturing mother, and a wonderful wife to another great Florida native who is also a FIFA referee, her husband, Ted Unkel. Criteria number 5 for eligibility into the FLSRC Hall of Fame is that individuals who obtain FIFA status, whether as a referee or assistant referee, while registered in the state of Florida and meet the minimum 10 years criteria shall automatically be considered for the FLSRC Hall of Fame. By virtue of her appointment as the FIFA panel of referees as a Florida registered referee, an appointment that lasted 8 years, Christina E. Unkel is automatically considered and was unanimously approved to the FLSRC Hall of Fame for the induction year of 2021. Right here. Put your foot right there. Right there. Okay, Ted, stay right here. Right here. Stay right next to her. Stand right next to her.
But he has a thing on his nose.
Yeah, I know. We're going to work on makeup later.
We will.
So for many of you guys, I've had the actual opportunity to meet, even watch officiate recently at the latest U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships at Regionals. And then there's a lot out here, look, that I haven't seen before, have met before, and I'm excited for because you are part of the family. I know when I got the call from Tim and Abram about getting this honor, and it's a huge honor because of the individuals who already take this space. I kind of laughed, actually, in the beginning. I didn't really understand, and the reasoning why is because, one, I haven't passed away. I always thought a Hall of Fame, you haven't passed away to be in a Hall of Fame. And secondly, no offense to my colleagues, I thought you had to be old. So I'm relatively older. I am only 34. But hearing all of that, it's crazy hearing Tim kind of explain a little bit of my history, kind of where I came from. And for me, the biggest thing I always lacked coming up was my ability to be present in the moment, to smell the grass, to appreciate the moment, to enjoy the games that you're receiving and that you're getting. So when he's going through all of these accolades, I remember distinctively where I was, right? I remember the highs, and I remember the lows. I remember the great times, I remember the friends that I had. We always say that the referee group is a family. And I say more importantly because you don't get to pick your family sometimes, right? We have those aunts and uncles we love, and we have those that, we're not that great, but it's called unconditional love. Meaning you're gonna love that individual no matter what, even when they drive you nuts. And so looking at here, those that I don't know, you are still part of my family, Ted's family, our family, and it did. Refereeing, as you heard Tim said, at the age of 10 was obviously because I couldn't keep my mouth shut, which has worked out really well for me in my life. That was my beginning, and then another pivotal phase, and there's a lot of people that aren't here in this room that are the reason why I am standing here today. So another yelling phase was I yelled a lot at Joe Mickna. So many of you guys who do or who have not met Joe Mickna, he was really the instigant of finding me when I was about 17, 18 years old, because I was yelling at him when he was refereeing my college soccer game. So I played college ball as well too. And it's kind of funny how little things like that can be... Sorry. Can be that moment that are the catalyst for bigger things and for those opportunities. In our family, we don't say good luck before a game. We say be great. Because luck sounds like it's something, I always say make your own luck. Yes, luck can kind of happen at times. You be in the right place at the right time without you realizing that there's somebody there sitting there watching you, listening to you, seeing how you're interacting, how you're working with other people off the field, more importantly, than on the field. So we always say be great and do what you need to do. So a little bit on the past, present, and future. That's a bit of my past that you guys heard. One thing I do highly emphasize in the present, especially when you look around and you think about your career, You think about what you want to do in this space and in this world. One of my favorite quotes is from Maya Angelou, which is, if there's a book that you want to read, if there's a book you want to read, but it's not out there, you must be the one to write it. So at this moment in this space, if there's a path that you want to see happen and nobody else has achieved it, has obtained it, whether it's on the field, in your personal life, or in your professional life, do it. Write that book. Right? There was a lot of things in my life and in my career I didn't see people do. Right? I didn't see, sorry, my little World Cup is sitting up there. And the reason I call her my World Cup is because I was told that by having her, I missed my chance at a World Cup. Which is really, really hard to hear, right? Especially when we all come up, right? We're like, dang, I missed regionals, dang, I missed, like for me, I missed my World Cup. But it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life to have my little World Cup right there. So for me, that moment was more important for me to get back on the FIFA panel or stay on the FIFA panel, because there had not been a woman on the FIFA panel who had a child and remained on the FIFA panel. It was so important for me at that moment to make sure that women understand you can have a family and continue to officiate. And now I'm so excited because we have people who are on the FIFA panel who have 3 kids, had 2 kids, still actively officiating, and it's changing the narrative that women can have families and still come back and officiate. And more importantly, I emphasize, if they're coming back to officiate, they truly love the game, right? Because they're sacrificing time with their families to be here with this family. And or / they just need to get away from their family. So they're really enjoying the sun here in the set. So that's a bit of the present, but looking into the future, and a lot of things that, it's crazy to hear all that stuff because I'm like, shoot, I did that in that time period. But I don't feel like my story's done. And I know that there's so much more. So really kind of right now what I'm really focusing on is be that person or deliver that item that I needed when I was younger. And there was a lot that I needed when I was younger, that when I looked up looking for help, whether it was for my colleagues, for admin, just friends to the left, to the right, etc., it didn't exist. So I'm excited just because I know that even though that this phase of the life of the international career is done, and I'm still actively officiating and lost an identity there, at the current moment, I know that moving forward, the majority of my mission and my role in this life, in this refereeing world, is to be that person for you that I wish I had when I was younger, aka earlier in my career. So just kind of with those last parting words, I just want to say thank you guys all for this recognition. For those in the front, those in the back, for Tim, for everybody. I look out here, it's been people I've known for over 10, 15 years, which is insane, which was my entire adult life. And then looking out and seeing people that I've seen repeatedly and those that I'm about to meet and get to know and work with you all. And being given this privilege and this opportunity and honor to essentially be the voice for not just obviously myself, my family, but you guys, and on behalf of Florida. Be very proud of where you come from and who you're standing with. Learn the names of those people whose shoulders you stand on. The Nancy Lays, that was my other mentor coming out of the gate. Nancy Lay was the first, one of the first females to ever officiate in Major League Soccer a little over 20 years ago. Names that we don't talk about, but those who have paved the way, that is insane. The Herb Silvas, who were the other main instrument in my life, coming up and officiating that. And many of them are still there, right? The John David McGee's, right? The Greg Watsons, right? Those who put me in the crazy Argentinian Czech games when I was 19 years old. I didn't know what the heck was going on. The Argentinians were upset every time there was some slight contact. And the Czechs would just see red no matter what. So enjoy those moments, find those individuals, they're still out here, and understand that wherever, what story, what book you write, I can't wait to read it. And if anyone knows my mantra right now is, unless you're more exciting than the book I'm reading, I don't want to talk to you. So write some really, really good books, because I want to read every single one of those. Thank you guys.
One last thing. Thank you. All right. Okay.